Melania Trump defending her husband, the candidate, in her interview with Anderson Cooper today. We just played a lot of it. So here to discuss now is Betsy McCaughey, the former lieutenant governor of New York and a Trump supporter, Republican strategist Tara Setmeyer, CNN political contributor Hillary Rosen, a Clinton supporter, and Gina Loudon is back, the host of America Trends with Dr. Gina, and she is a Trump supporter. So welcome for those who are coming back, and thank you all for joining. So Hillary, this is the first time that Melania Trump has spoken out since that tape, since all the allegations. Did she do what she needed to do to help her husband?
I thought she was lovely, I thought she was credible. But you know, I think this now being more than a week later, I think it's kind of too late. This issue is really baked in voters' minds, and there have been women, there's been too much conversation, there have been too many words in Donald Trump's own voice around these issues, and so I just don't really think it's going to matter much. But I think it probably gives some comfort to his supporters, but I don't think it grows. I don't think it grows his vote, which is really what he needs to be doing.
Betsy, you were disagreeing when you said it's baked in, because, I mean, the polls actually show 64% of likely voters.
Exactly. It's not baked in.
That the tape made no difference to them.
It's not baked in because if you look at the polls, including the Gallup poll, the Pew poll, that ask voters what's most important, the most important issue to women voters is the economy. No matter how many times you play the tape, they are listening to the candidates and saying, who's going to improve my take-home pay? Who's going to give me job security? And they are responding to Donald Trump's message when he can get it out.
That's the most important, probably, to all voters. But that doesn't mean it's the only.
Right.
Listen, one.
All the polls show that Donald Trump is losing women. The Q poll in Florida shows Donald Trump is down by 51-39. CBS shows that Trump is down 51-36 in battleground states. It's a problem for Donald Trump. He's losing women. Trump himself acknowledged it in one of his tweet storms yesterday that he's losing women. According to him, it's because of made-up allegations, but even he acknowledges that he's losing women. Women could be the deciders in this election. Women have voted overwhelmingly more than men since 1984. They voted for Republicans usually, except for 2 elections, since 1976. So the fact that Donald Trump has a women problem with votes this large is considerable, particularly in battleground states.
Before we get to Gina, Hillary, you were saying, and you got cut off?
Well, I was saying that I think it's baked into the extent that people who care about this issue a lot have decided how they feel about Donald Trump. And as Betsy said, people who don't care aren't going to be persuaded one way or another. But let's be clear about the women's vote. Women obviously are the majority of all voters. Mm-hmm. Mitt Romney won non-college educated women by over 20 points over Barack Obama. Hillary Clinton is about tied right now with Donald Trump in this. And she's ahead, though, with college-educated women, which means overall ahead. So if Donald Trump can't make it up in college-educated white women, there's no way he can catch up, and that's absolutely right. So he's lost a natural constituency here, and there's really...
And Gina,
the way people feel about this, how he gets it back is beyond me.
But he seems to be, digging himself in even more, because Melania Trump says that the remarks caught on tape, it's not the man that she knows, but at the same time, her husband is out on the campaign trail saying that he wouldn't touch these women based on their looks. Isn't he digging a bigger hole for himself?
I've heard Mr. Trump today talking about other things, and I'm glad that he's on the campaign trail as opposed to Hillary Clinton, who's not. But he is winning with married women, for example. The LA Times daily tracking poll has
Gina,
him up
before you
yet
pivot,
again.
Gina, stand by. Hold on. Hang on.
Right.
Gina, I will let you pivot, but just answer my question directly.
She's not pivoting.
Is he not digging himself a bigger hole by responding to women that way, saying, oh, these are the women that they're not attractive. Look at her. She wouldn't be my first choice.
I don't think so. Donna, and here's why. I'm glad that Mr. Trump is answering these allegations, as opposed to Hillary Clinton, who isn't answering any of the allegations. She's not even calling down her own campaign workers who said they're using union members, they use homeless people, they have gays in their back pockets. I mean, these are major demographics of hers that I would think she would want to be out there defending. I would think that these allegations against her would be hurting her far worse, because these are proven, these are on tape, these are in emails. The allegations against Mr. Trump are not proven, and so I'm glad that he's standing up and saying, hey, this is not true. For supporters of both candidates, I hope that they will answer, all of the questions asked, but especially the ones that are actually proven, like those against Hillary.
Quickly, Betsy.
Yes, I wanted to point out that married women are supporting Trump for two reasons. First of all, in general, they agree with more traditional values. But secondly, they hear the constant rhetoric that when a woman charges a man with some sort of sexually related crime, the woman is always to be believed. But married women understand they not only are mothers with daughters and granddaughters, they also have sons and husbands and fathers. And they don't like the idea that in our society now, on college campuses and the workplace, increasingly everywhere, men are not to be believed. The burden of proof is always on the man, when in fact, in a fair society, anyone is innocent until proven guilty, whether they're a man or a woman.
It sounds like she's saying it's a rigged system when it comes to that.
Yeah,
well,
I don't.
think it is.
I mean,
take a look at college campuses.
There are arguments
All right,
to be
Terry,
made
you
about,
go for it.
Yeah, there are arguments to be made about whether men are treated fairly in certain environments, but I think that that is a really weak argument at this point, considering that Trump supporters are trying to say we should believe the accusers against Bill Clinton. So if you can't have it both ways. Either sexual assault victims are to be believed or they're not.
I
so
think it depends on whether there are facts.
Well,
in
in the case of Donald Trump, Donald Trump has come forward and boasted. That's what we saw on the tapes. He boasted about what he likes to do to women. And then you have women who came out, now we're up to 10 or 11, who've come out and said, yes, he's done to that.
Because, for example, the New York Times woman, it's been dismissed. It's one person against another. There's no proof that assault ever happened.
It's always
the videotape?
The point is that Donald Trump, unlike others, has bragged about this more than once, apparently.
Bragging doesn't mean you're a criminal.
That he's done it. And then women have come out with contemporaneous
which is more than Hillary has done
that this
for the things that her own people have called her own supporters.
Either you believe one or you believe them all, or you don't believe any of them.
You don't argue that it's
what I'm saying is
married women are looking at their sons, their husbands, and saying them unfairly accused, whether it's on a college campus or in a workplace.
Do you really think that Donald Trump is playing the victim? I'm sorry, but Donald Trump is not playing the victim.
I'm saying we can't lose sight of due process in our society.
Betsy, you know what? There's an old...
That is such a weak argument that Donald Trump is the victim.
There's an old adage.
Do you remember the Salem witch trials? It's taught in every law school
now it's the Salem witch trials. This is so outrageous.
It was the same thing.
Asinine. This is
False
asinine.
accusations. Lack of due process. These are fundamental issues in our society.
I want Hillary Rosen to weigh in before we go to a break. Hillary, go for it.
I'll just say one thing, Betsy, which is shouting louder and over people doesn't actually make you right.
You're so right.
And it doesn't change facts. So,
there are no facts. That's the problem.
I would agree with you. That's why we have
to make cases.
You're going to keep doing this on the videotape regarding Hillary. There is nothing, no proof about Donald Trump.
Hillary Clinton has never been charged with sexually assaulting anyone or accused of it. But go ahead, Hillary.
The more hysterical that Trump surrogates sound around this stuff, the less convincing it is to women who are really just looking for answers. Now, Donald Trump's own words, like, this isn't about accusations about other women. Just play the tapes over and over again. It is his own words. It is his own attitude. That is what women are hearing in their heads.
So that bothers you.
We'll have more right after the break. I got to get to a